the second draft.
Leader is a true leader who help others grow.
So, sir, Dr. Mehta, very welcome to our first podcast, the second draft. So, sir, let's start from where the most people stop. What moment in your life when everything seems to be fall apart, and how did that version of you in that chaos become the founder and leader you became today?
Sir, this I always say, whatever life gives to you, that's life's choice and that is not in your hands. What you make out of it or what you become after that is something that that actually proves your worth, that actually proves. So in my life, that those lessons came very early and came slightly harsh way. I thought life was doing injustice to me because I met with an accident, hit and run case. It was not my fault. I was not even driving. Hit and run, as I told you, coma for 17 days, on bed for 3 years. But at that time, I realized that it's very easy to play the victim card and think of it as why me or why did it happen. But the real heroes or real people are those who fight back and make the most out of it. So I decided that I will turn my pain into purpose. I will try to contribute, and whenever I start walking again, and whenever I start working or studying, etc., again, I'll keep giving more and more back to the society as an attitude of gratitude. So that's what I made up.
That was great, sir. This is the thing we want to develop in our coming young generations. That's one thing that they can learn from you. Like, be courageous at the time. Don't play any kind of victim card and have some faith in the God, or you pay some gratitude.
Yes.
That was the thing. So, take us to the early Pay10 days. What problems were you solving? Like, as you were the VP at Razorpay, now you are the CEO of Pay10. What were the problems you face in the Pay10, and how you are planning to solve that problems?
So there are multiple, problems that still exist in the fintech world. There's a lot of friction, especially in the cross-border money movement, and there are a lot of unsolved problems also lying in fintech. Fintech is expanding at a scale which you can't even imagine. Okay, so we've not even hit the tip of the iceberg, and that is what we are solving at Pay10. We are also, looking at how to build a sustainable and a profitable fintech business. We've been profitable for the last 5-7 years now, and we continue maintaining those profit lines. And this is something which most of the fintechs in India, I have nothing against them. All of them are my friends. Many people working there are my friends, and we admire their model. But nobody is focusing on the sustainability part and how to make the organization big. So this is what we are focusing on, and also building a great and a lean team. So we are perhaps one of the smallest fintechs, and also being very regulatory and very, very compliant. We already have two licenses, PAPG and PA cross border. We also have an in principle for PPI. So we are in fact the first company in North India, fintech in North India, to get these licenses. So that's what we are seeing. And also on the global part, we are looking at building a global payments layer with alternate payment methods, APMs, going deep into each country.
Okay.
So that's what the thought process behind it.
Okay. So, can I conclude it by saying that was the main mindset of you going, I'm not correct with the getting the correct word, against like the giants like PhonePe?
We are not going against anybody. Okay. So let me tell you that right now India's digital payments market is around $5 trillion a year. The total scope is $60 trillion. So we're not going against anybody, because if we go against anybody, then this is just about fighting a price war, etc. Nobody wins that. So they are our friends. We are actually going against cash and non-digital. Our main focus, our main purpose is to expand the ambit of these digital payments. So
Okay.
that is what our purpose, our vision, our mission is.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Now, it's been like you became a leader from past 6 years at Razorpay. Now, let's talk about little bit about leadership. So, at Pay10, what's your approach when you managing teams in high stakes, high stress environment? Like,
So I've always maintained that leaders are not those who people are made to work for or paid to work for. Leaders are those who people want to work with. A leader is a true leader when you help others grow. Because as my mentor and my boss always tells me, that it's lonely at the top because you want to go there alone. If you were to take everyone with you, it won't be lonely at the top. If the whole team goes to the top, it won't be lonely at the top. So that's what we truly believe in at Pay10. And that's what I personally also believe in, that, see what you are contributing to making more people successful, making more people more learned, and developing their skill sets. And how are you building leaders? That's what it is.
sure, sir. And so, not every time the decisions were right, and when the decision go wrong, sometimes you feel frustrated. So at that times, how do you stay grounded when the decision were not as per your thinking or may go wrong in that way?
A lot of times your decisions will go wrong. You will not be right always. But the best part about, the best thing that you can do is, when you realize that your decision go wrong, first accept it, take ownership, and look at how you can fix it. Most of us shy away from accepting that it was wrong, and then they don't look at correcting things. So there are times when you will face defeat. As you know, as I heard in a podcast also, मैं हार जाऊं कोई दिक्कत नहीं, दिक्कत तब है अगर मैं हार मान लूं.
Yes.
तो हार जीत लगी रहती है लाइफ में. तो अगर आप हार जाओ, तो go introspect, improve things, and come back.
Yes. And so, as you are a CEO, and culture is very important for Gen Z in that startup. So, how do you manage or build the high performance culture, like people like us who are Gen Z at the end of the day, makes ourselves feel included in that organization and the culture they want to develop? How
So
Pay10 is doing?
we've built a very high performance team. And the good thing that I've realized about high performance teams is that they self correct themselves.
Yeah.
And they also self, weed out the non performers. So whenever we see somebody is dropping in performance, the first thing is to go and see how we can correct that. But still, if there are people who refuse to improve themselves, or refuse to better themselves, they'll normally weed out themselves.
Yes. And what are the qualities do you look when you are hiring young professionals like MBA or BTech in Fintech?
So for me, MBA is my better avatar.
Yes.
So instead of degrees, I go with, are you improving? Are you being better avatar of yourself every day, every hour, every minute? And if you are a self-driven professional, there is always room for you, within Pay10 or wherever within I can help you with. This is something that I'll always do.
Okay. So let's talk about your vision as a CEO in Fintech. So what's your prediction for Fintech in India over the next 5 years?
Over the next 5 years, you will see Fintech expanding. You will see a lot of, UPI becoming bigger than today. The form factor will also change. I don't see anybody carrying any physical credit card or physical debit card after 5 years. It will all become digital. Even today, I have cards in my phone and just tap and pay.
Yeah.
So the instruments will remain, but the form factor will change. I also see a lot of global money movements happening. We are already started seeing UPI going global. We at Pay10, I personally also see at least cross-border money movement becoming very seamless. Uh, that's it.
So a cross question to that. Like in India, we have been easily moved on to the UPI section. But if we go Europe, like Payton is also planning to go beyond borders. If we go Europe, America, they merely rely on two giants, Visa and MasterCard on the card system. How at that moment in our next coming years, we can see that UPI is going global and Payton is one of the leading giants in that thing.
So we at Pay10 have always emphasized that we don't believe in two of the players or whatever you call it keeping everything to themselves. There has to be local payment method, the APMs, alternate payment method as we call them, have to grow, and that's what we are focusing on. So today we are operational in multiple countries, and everywhere we are focusing on their alternate local payment methods, and we want to build a cross layer on top of this.
Sure, sir. So, sir, as we are coming to an end of this podcast, to the students of the B school who is listening you right now, maybe overwhelmed, maybe unsure, what one piece of honest advice would you give to the students who are just watching you right now and want to become a part of IIM Ahmedabad or planning to do MBA from certain B schools out there in India? So one piece advice that make them different from the others.
So no reason to feel overwhelmed or unsure. Be sure of one thing. I'm absolutely sure this is the best time to be in India. Okay, and if you are starting your MBA or currently doing your MBA from any B school, be it Ahmedabad or any B school, you are definitely better placed than anyone else ever was. Right now, India is at that tipping point of growth and becoming a superpower. We already are a superpower in some shape and form, but I don't see any reason for you to be unsure or overwhelmed about with this. Focus on building your values, focus on building your skills, and see how you can contribute more and more as you come into the corporate sector.
Sure, sir. And sir, as you know, our podcast name is The Second Draft. So, and to the first time as a CEO, do you have some kind of plans or like you have been working, like CEO is like your own company, you are working day and night for that. So have you ever stuck in that first draft of life where you think like I should have that second draft in my life, and how to edit that draft, a second idea or a thought you can prevail at moments in time?
Lot of times you think that whatever you're doing, this is not good, I need to have a second version of this. And that's why I say be an MBA every day, be my better avatar. This is not only for individuals, this should be for organizations also. The organizations also need to keep improving themselves. And that's what we constantly strive at Pay10. So when I joined Pay10 as the CEO of Pay10 around 2 years ago, November 23 to be precise. So the first thing I was very impressed with is there are very high energy people working towards making the company very great. And I said, fine, this is the set I want to work with. And since that day, we've start working together on a lot of things.
Sure, sir. So, if you could go back to your 20s and rewrite just one paragraph of your life, what would you change?
God has been very kind. I don't think I want to change anything. I mean, I told you about my accident. I really don't want to wipe it off. I want it to stay with me, because what I learned in those 3 years, you don't learn in 3 janmo mein nahi seekh pate aap wo sab kuch. God has been very kind. I don't want to change anything.
So thank you so much for giving and allowing us your time. And this is our end. Thank you for coming to Second Draft.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you.